So you make the decision to leave corporate from going from single to multifamily. You build the team around you and you improve on the skills that you need to get in place. Just walk me through maybe your first deal or your second deal of like these are like common hardcore issues and challenges that you face that you could have not been prepared for, and how did you deal with those during
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, so our first deal was a few years ago. It was a 125 unit deal in Houston, right? So just south of Houston, and it was about a $5.7 million deal. So we had to raise $2 million. And so that deal, we got it off market and whatnot. And, we were networking for a long time, kind of prior to getting our first deal. Right. So my partner and I, he also comes from a professional background, had his own business. He started off in single family as well, but we had never done a multifamily deal, if you will. So we've got, we had some mentorship and some training, and we also brought on a experienced partner, right? So on our first deal, I brought on somebody that, is a friend of mine that has done over, I think at the time, over 20 deals in the commercial real estate space and primarily in multifamily, right? And so, obviously we're raising money, putting in our own money as well as, $2 million of other people's money. And even though we were educated in the space and spent a lot of time doing our first deal, it really helped because we had that experienced partner, right? And so, so that's how we, had the confidence to go out and do our first deal. A couple years ago when we did the deal, it was, Hurricane Harvey was right in the middle of it and whatnot. And, there was a lot of times where like literally we were supposed to close a week before closing, Harvey hit. And there was just so many things in the contract that, a lot of people just kind of skip through kind of the catastrophe clauses and the acts of God clauses and whatnot. And so, you're kind of reading through these things and, with, the mentorship and with the experienced partner, we were able to kind of negotiate our way through and get the deal done, and so, those are the things that, I couldn't really plan for, but I know that because we had the team and the experience, I really think that was the reason why we got that deal closed versus if I was trying to do this myself, I think there's a huge risk that maybe that deal doesn't happen or we run into more roadblocks. And so that was kind of a pre-acquisition, kind of experience. And then, just like anything, there, you definitely have your, you have your business plan and then you execute. And, we had challenges with our management company in the beginning, right? And so, we kind of were monitoring them and we just kind of knew that they just weren't executing and we weren't getting the service that, that we expected, right? And so we had to make decision on in terms of replacing them and when to replace them. And again, it was, having that experienced partner, kind of helped us, kind of think through the challenges in terms of, things to prepare for in terms of transition and whatnot. And so, it goes back to, there's always going to be challenges, right? And, and we've done, like I said, 700 units and, every single deal is different, and whether it's challenges, every single closing's different. There's always a couple things that show up, but I think surrounding yourself with the right team or having, being resourceful enough to be able to know who to call, as things arise, right? And so, it's really about problem solving at the end of the day. And so you just kind of learn and, I'm always thinking about, just like in consulting, I always kind of do debrief sessions after every major thing that we do. We close a deal, we sell a deal, we do a major project. Hey, let's do some lessons learned, right? And then just incorporate that into our process.